Dear viewers, thank you everybody. Today I am going to tell you about how we can change the direct speech into indirect speech of the interrogative sentences. So I will now discuss, or I am going to discuss about the interrogative sentences and the changing of narration of the interrogative sentences. Dear viewers, first of all, I like to clear what is interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence is a kind of sentence which expresses some question. So we generally see two types of questions. Some are ordinary questions. Which begins with a verb, and some are WS questions which begins with a WS word. So first of all, dear viewers, I am going to tell you about the WS questions and how we can change the direct speech of WS questions into indirect one. So dear viewers, you see this is a direct speech. Samira said, what is your name? On the screen you see Samira said, what is your name? So in direct speech becomes Samira asked. You know that the reporting verbs changes into ask or asked according to the tense. So as it is the past form said, so the reporting verb is asked, and there is an added advantage in changing this direct speech into indirect one, because we can use the WH word as the conjunction here. So there is no tension here to make the conjunction or sustain the conjunction, or 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 change or uh, make any conjunction. You have to use the WH word as the conjunction. So the WH word is what? So the WH word is what? So the conjunction here is what. And dear viewers, and there is no object directly written here after said. The object is implied here. So if I uh, think that the object is me here, or me, so this your name will refers to me, and according to the rule of changing uh, a person, that will become my name. So your name, if it means my name, so this the subject is my name, and the verb is has changed into was, because we change generally five things while we are changing the direct speech into indirect one, you see. So first of all, I have changed the reporting verb. Number one, I have sustained or protect the conjunction from the WH questions, because the WH word is what. So this is the conjunction. And my name, your name means my name. So my name, there may be his name or her name, etc. There may be. I could have written her name. Samira asked what her name was, but it is generally, I mean, my name. So Samira asked what my name, and the verb to be has been changed into was according to the rule of changing of tense. So dear viewers, and the next sentence you see, he said, what do you want? He asked. So WS what? So the conjunction is what. And you mean here, you refers to the implied object me here. So me changes into subjective form I, and the main verb is want, so it has been changed into wanted. You may use uh, instead of I, he or she. You can use also she, because if you take the implied object or understood object here after said verb. After said verb, you can take implied object me, her, his, their. So if you take me, then the subject is I. If you take or mean her, then the subject is she. If you mean him, then the subject is he. If you also use them here as the implied object, then the subject will they. So we can read, he asked what I wanted, he asked what he wanted, he asked what she wanted, etc. Dear viewers, now look at the third sentence. The third sentence you can see, Hassan said to me, where are you? Who are you? Hassan said to me, who are you? Dear viewers, then Hassan asked me. Here the object is directly written here, so there is no tension. And you and me, the subject of the direct speech you and the object of the reporting verb is me, so they mean the same person. So me changes into I. So I have used who as the conjunction of this sentence in the indirect, and then I have changed the subject I, me into I, who I, and after that I have changed the tense. R has been changed into was. So Hassan asked me who I was. Hassan asked me who I was. So dear viewers, you see we can change the direct speech of WS questions into the indirect one like this way. So I think you have a general idea. Now I am going to tell you about the question of direct speech starting with any verb. Suppose direct speech started with a verb. He said, is Mina, a student? Is Mina a student? Dear viewers, is Mina a student? In direct speech, there is no anxiety here because the sentence is very simple. Is Mina a student? And the sentence has been started with a verb to be. That means the question has started with a verb. So you can use if as the conjunction here. He asked, he asked if he asked if Mina. Here there is no change of subject because they don't mean the same person, because Mina is another person, he is a person, and Mina is also another person. So there is no similarity between he and me, Mina. So he asked if Mina, then is changes into was according to the rule, because the reporting verb is past. So present form has been changed into past. He asked if Mina was a student. If Mina is a student. Now look at another example. Yes. Salma said, do you like tea or coffee? Here's, dear viewers, you see in this sentence there is also a verb at the beginning. Do you like tea or coffee? So the questions has started with a verb. Generally, if we use action verb, then it usually starts with an auxiliary verb in the present indefinite. So Salma said, do you like tea or coffee? Dear viewers, you can see you have to choose tea or coffee. If you have to choose one thing among or between two things or among many things, so you have to use the conjunction whether. You will not be able to use if here, so you have to use whether. So we use whether when selecting one thing between two things or one thing from three or more things. So Salma said there are two things here, tea or coffee. So Salma said, that means Salma asked, sorry, Salma asked, Salma asked, Salma asked. So here I will use whether because I am selecting one thing. Whether Salma asked whether so dear viewers, you see there is no object directly written here after the reporting verb. This is the reporting verb. Here said is the reporting verb. So after this verb in this space there is no, you see here, you see there is no object here. So you have to take the implied object or understood object. You can understand what the object is here. You just can take implied object here, me, him, her, or them, etc. If you take it mean, so the subject becomes I. So Salma asked whether I liked. Present form has been changed into past one. Tea or coffee. Tea or coffee. And the sentence has been changed into the assertive one. Dear viewers, you see the sentence has been changed into assertive one. Salma asked whether I like tea or coffee. So when we are using two things and I have to choose one, or you have to choose one, or she or he has to choose one, so in that case we will use whether as the conjunction. And I told you that the subject of the indirect speech becomes from the object and the subject of the direct speech. So when the object or subject refers to the subject of the direct speech as the same person, we change the person. That means we only change the person when we mean one thing or one person by using two words. So when two words refer to the same person or things, we use the change of subject, change of person. We can change the person. So the person has been changed here. You has been changed here because I have taken the implied object here, me. So you and me refers to the same person. So the subject has been I here. So Salma asked whether I liked tea or coffee. Dear viewers, I think you have a general idea. And last of all, I will give another example. I think you will understand. Suppose DS Hassan told me, do or does he like it? Does he like it? Dear viewers, you see this is the direct speech. So what will be the indirect speech here? Hassan asked me. So there is no selection, there is only one thing, it. So I will use if here as the conjunction. He if he liked it. Dear viewers, you see that there has been no change of the person here, because this Hassan is another person, me is Mr. Momin, and this is me. That means I am Momin here, me. And does he like it? This he may be Rohim, Karim, Peter, etc. So three persons are included in the sentence. Hassan, one person, me, that means Momin, and he. Also, you see, this may be Rohim, Karim, Peter, etc. any one of them. So the person has not been changed. Hassan asked me if he liked it. So, dear viewers, thank you, everybody. Thank you from the core of my heart, and I wish you that you will help me by giving share, like, etc. And I think I will be able to offer you good videos next time. And till then, I wish you best of luck. Thank you, everybody.